Hey, how's it going, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing week 8 of the tournament reports. This week I went with Shaddoll Invoked. Unfortunately, ended up going 2-1-1, which I'll have everything pop up here in a second. But if you're here just for the list, it'll be in the description box down below. And let's go and get into the matchups. So round 1, I went against a virtual world. Ended up 2-0ing that. Round 2, I played against a Shaddoll Dogmatica deck. Ended up taking that in game 3. Then round 3, I went against Sword Soul, got absolutely destroyed. He was just able to out-resource me, and it was a bit unfortunate, but it happens. So in round 4, I went against Aleister, and ended up going into time, and I got a draw because, of course, he took game 1, I took game 2, and then game 3, no damage was dealt, of course. But overall, a pretty strong deck. I really did enjoy playing it this week. Really felt like it had a nice grind game still, and overall just really fun to try out. So hopefully this deck list can give you somewhat of an idea on what you can play. But let's go ahead and get right into it. Before I do that, if you have any questions or suggestions, go and leave them in the comment section down below. Always nice to see. So starting off, 3 Squamata. If you don't know what it does, when it's flipped, it destroys one monster on the field, and then when it's sent by card effect, it sends another Shaddoll card from the deck to the graveyard. Really nice. In all honesty, I would consider even bumping it down to 2. Just never really felt like I needed 3. Next, we got the best Shaddoll in my opinion, the Reeshaddoll Windy. Being able to special summon from the deck when it's flipped or sent by card effect is really nice, just to put up some defense. Just overall a really nice card. Then 2 Hedgehog when it's flipped at a Shaddoll spell or trap. Then when it's sent by card effect, you get to add a Shaddoll monster, which can be pretty nice. And then just 1 Dragon, which in all honesty I would consider bumping that up to 2 while taking out one of these Squamatas, just because there's a lot of times I needed to destroy a back row, but I had already used the effect or had it in hand, and not a way to get it to the graveyard by card effect, which was a bit unfortunate. Then 1 Beast for extra draw power, and then Ariel for some graveyard banishment to round off the Shaddoll monsters. For the Shaddoll spells, got 2 Fusion, and 2 Shaddoll Fusion and 2 Naelshaddoll Fusion. I felt like those ratios were fine. Shaddoll Fusion does get ashed quite a bit, and then Naelshaddoll is always nice when you see it, so I might even bump that up to 3. But in all honesty, I don't even think I saw it all day long during the local tournament. So yeah, definitely might bump that up to 3. But I didn't want to brick with too many fusion cards and no monsters, so that's why I kept it at 2. Then 1 Incarnation and 1 Schism to round off the Shaddoll engine. For the Invoked engine, of course, we got the 3 Aleister. When it's normal summoned or flip summoned, you get to add a Shaddoll, you get to add a Invocation to your hand from the deck, of course. Then 3 Meltdown, being able to get access to an Aleister and being able to protect your fusion summons is really strong. And then 2 Invocation to round off the Invoked package. For the hand traps, still running a pretty big lineup, at least for my playstyle, so to say. We got 3 Ash, 2 Veiler, 2 Ogre, and 3 Infinite Impermanence. I say that it's not usually my playstyle to run so many hand traps, because I usually only like running, if anything, I usually run just the Ash Blossoms and the Impermanence. But the effect veilers are really nice, and depending on what my local meta is looking like, Ghost Ogre can be very, very strong. But the last 2 weeks it has not been putting in that much work. Just either not seeing it at the right time, or just when it is in my hand, my opponent has nothing that's going to be too impactful for the Ogre. But yeah, that will do it for the hand traps. For just the generic support cards, we got 2 Super Poly, Called by the Grave, Foolish Burial, and a Terraforming. So my whole idea behind these 2 cards was to try to bait something out, especially if my opponent doesn't know what I'm playing in game 1. Might be able to bait out an Ash on one of these, but it didn't turn out that way. So overall, still pretty nice, but you could replace those. For the extra deck, really quick, we got 2 Winda, 2 Apkallone, 2 Construct. For the Shaddoll fusions, for the Invoked fusions, we got 1 augoeides, purgatrio, 2 mechaba, and then for the super poly targets, we got 1 starving venom fusion, 1 of the Predaplant, and for the links, we got the almiraj, secure gardna, and the gravity controller. For the side, really quick, this may not be the best option, especially for your local scene, but something that I threw together. We got 2 Nibiru, 2 Lancia, 1 Crow, 2 Triple Tactics Talent, 2 Cosmic Cyclone, 2 Evenly Matched, 2 Anti-Spell, and 2 Dimensional Barrier. So of course the side deck can be changed up depending on what you're playing against or what you feel is going to be a better option. But yeah, that was the deck, so hopefully it can give you somewhat of an idea on what to pick up or put into the deck. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.